Forced placed insurance. Do you know what it is, and do you know why it's in place and how the heck to get rid of it? I have my claims manager, Chris, here, and we are going to talk to you about that on today's Denial of the Day podcast. Chris, what is forced placed insurance? How does it get there, and what can we do about it?
Yeah, forced place insurance is basically if for some reason your policy ends and you can't get new insurance and you have a lien holder on your property, which is either a commercial loan, business loan, mortgage, residential loan,
Right.
they require you to have insurance. And
Okay.
so they will actually force insurance, meaning that they'll go out and usually they work with companies.
Right.
And do they get kickbacks? I think they do. Who knows?
Probably.
But
We don't know.
yeah. So they have to make sure they protect their their interest. Obviously, they want to make sure that
Absolutely.
if anything were to happen, they don't get screwed. But
Makes sense.
these policies are terrible. They
Yeah.
are
Why
just
don't you why
not
don't you
good.
pull up the document that we have so we can share with everybody? And just like Chris said, these policies are terrible, for lack of
Yeah.
a better term, but sometimes absolutely necessary. And sometimes I've heard in certain situations, it's the only insurance that they could get. So
Yeah.
what's number one on the list, Chris?
Number one is it can be expensive. I've seen this a lot. Those payments on your insurance can go up usually, not usually, but can go up to 10 times more costly than standard insurance. That's insane.
That's crazy. The other
Yeah.
thing too is it's super limited coverage. Basically, like, hey, if there's a fire and the whole building burns down, then we as the bank, which is force placing the insurance on you and on the property, we're
Uh-huh.
covered, but none of your stuff's covered. So very, very
Mhm.
limited coverage.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it's lender controlled. You don't choose the insurer or the terms. It's forced. That's it.
Right.
You know,
And
it's just
like
on there.
Yeah, yeah. And so, like Chris said, it could be a conflict of interest. We don't know that for sure, but we suspect that that's the case because this insurance is so expensive and the price is so high. It's crazy.
Absolutely. And like I mentioned earlier, it's expensive. So definitely can spike those payments, risk foreclosure even down the road. You never know.
Yeah, it
We've
spikes
seen it
those
happen.
payments like I spike my glucose after eating a piece of chocolate cake. It gets real high. But it's also hard to remove because you have to prove that you have new insurance and then go through the process of
Yeah.
verifying all that because the whole reason they force place the insurance is because they couldn't verify that you had insurance. So they're like, hey, we have to protect our interests, which again, I don't blame them because I would do
Yeah.
the same thing. Like, hey, what if something happens to this property? You have $1 million mortgage, a lien, a commercial loan against it. What happens to my interest? That's a big risk for them to take.
That
So
is a
we
big
don't, we
one.
don't begrudge them for that, but just
Yeah.
understand that force-placed insurance is crazy. It's expensive. It doesn't cover a lot, and
Yeah.
we don't want you to be put in that position. So if you're running into a situation like that, we work with a lot of good referral partners, some of them in the insurance brokerage world that we could at least have you have a conversation with them
Hmm.
so you could maybe have an alternative to that. Just let us
Absolutely.
know. BellatorClaims.com. Contact us today. Chris and I keep making this content. You guys keep watching it. All of our numbers are like, hey, you guys love this stuff. So please like, comment, and share, and follow, subscribe. We'll keep creating the content. You keep watching. Chris, final word, my friend.
Final words. Great topic. Obviously, I love doing this for everyone. So we're gonna continue to do it. But like Taylor said, like, comment, share, and have any questions, BellatorClaims.com.
That's right.